I definitely I definitely kind of just want to start off and just say, you guys, MMP is so important, okay? Please do not think just because this is the first promotion that it has no importance, okay? Everyone hit MMP once upon a time. So all I ask for you today is take this call seriously, take notes, listen to the speakers, ask questions, and I'm sure if we have time at the end, if you guys open it up for questions, definitely do so. But we're going to go in order of how I sent the call code. So I'm pretty sure the first one was Claire. So I'm going to hand it off to Claire. I don't know where you are, but you should just be able to unmute yourself.
Okay. So my name is Claire. I joined in August, I think. Yeah, it was like the beginning of August. So my story is, for the last year, I was in a very unstable relationship mentally and physically. And so where I was at was I kind of just packed up my stuff, left my animals, my house that I just bought in June, and I drove to California from Florida. And I was staying with my best friend and I was going to move there. So I was not in a good place. Everything was super hectic. And the way that I found out about this business was I actually reached out to a girl that I'm not even close with. I went to boot camp with her. I was in the Marine Corps for about 2.5 years, and then I got medically retired. But so I reached out to her and I was like, do you have like a place I can stay? Something like that. So me and this girl started talking. And then somehow from her, I found Corinne's page. And then first I was just like, wow, these products are amazing. My hair sucks. It's dry. It's awful. I just need these products. And then so I reached out to her and she must have been busy because we all know Corinne responds super quick, because I think it was like over a day and she hadn't responded. And I saw that I could join the business. So I was like, wow, I'm somebody that I'm going to school right now for business administration, and I want to open up my own gym as well as a couple other businesses. So I saw this and I didn't even think it was a pyramid scheme or anything like that. Like this, I knew right off the bat that this was a legit opportunity, and that as long as you put in the work, there's a lot to be made from this business. And it's unlike any other type of social networking or marketing that I've ever met before, network marketing. So at first I was super scared. I wasn't really like listening to what we were supposed to do, everything that we were being told. I thought I was, but I wasn't. So I first started off by going through my followers because I had no idea where to kind of getting, as they say, comfortable with the nose. And I was like, whatever, like I thought that by reaching out to people, I was going to lose followers, but I wasn't. People, for the most part, were polite and they were just like, good for you. Like, that's really awesome. You're going to do really well, but no, thank you. So I was like, okay. And I just moved on. So then it got to the point where I had gone through what I thought was most of my followers. And I was like, I'm just going to go through again. So I went through again. And this time I was not really on them. I was just like, oh, I haven't messaged this girl yet. And I messaged her. And it turns out that there was a lot of girls that I had not messaged. So that ended up getting me, I think and a couple MPs. And I was like, okay, so they're right, it's crazy. The people that are coaching us actually know what they're talking about. You can't just put a filter and think of who you think would join this, because it's usually the people that are actually going to surprise you that will want to join this business. So I did that, and then I had downloaded Bumble to not only make friends in the area but also to network, because that's what our coaches keep pushing, is like Bumble, if you're not blocked like some of them are. It's a really good way to meet girls in your area, and if they don't want to join the business, you got friends now. If they do want to join the business, you have a team in your area. So I started doing that. That's how I got my business partner, Brianna. I don't know if she is on this yet. We haven't met up yet, but she just joined recently. She's going to do really well. But I've made a few other connections and I still haven't reached out to them about the business. A couple of them I have, but that's one of those things that we have to listen to our coaches about. So after I did that, I was like, okay, so most of the things that our coaches are telling us actually are turning out to help me, surprisingly. So I started posting more of the questions. I think they're called the polls on Instagram. So I would be like, okay, post a picture of my hair and be like, what do you guys want to change about your hair? I'm not expecting any responses. And I would get a lot of responses. And I was like, okay. So I started reaching out to people about that. And a couple of them were like, I was just showing you some love to your account. I'm not actually interested. And I was like, okay. And I would tell them about it anyways. And they just weren't interested. But that was how I ended up getting a few VIPs, was they were actually interested and they were like, okay, even though I reached out to them about the business, it wasn't until I put polls on my stories and that kind of brought the people to me that needed help with their hair, that were actually like seeking that whatever they need for their hair. So like the other day I did the little quiz, but I just put like, what would you want to change about your hair? And I put oil, damage, dryness and frizziness, and growth. And then people responded. So that was kind of how I got here. I've only gotten a few market partners so far and a few VIPs. I've been going through a lot. I have really bad anxiety and depression, so it kind of comes in waves. And when I started off my business, I was not in one of those waves, and I like jumped in super excited, motivated, ready to like grab this business and run with it. And then one of my really bad depression waves hit for the last few weeks, not long after I started. And it kind of just like sucked all the motivation out of me. I was kind of stuck in a rut with the business. I wasn't going anywhere. And I was like, this sucks. Like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I was trying to do everything that they were telling us to be strong mentally and to, what's the word? Basically, just be strong, I guess. I don't know how else to word it, but it was just not working, because I'm sure a lot of you know that's not how depression works. You kind of just have to write it out sometimes, and there's not a lot you can do for it. So that's what I did. I wrote it out. The last few days have been really amazing, and I kind of feel that motivation coming back again. And I know now I need to, I guess the biggest lesson I can give to you guys is that our coaches, they know what they're talking about. Like, they're not just making stuff up. There have been thousands of girls that have come here before us, and they figured out what works and what doesn't work. So they know, like, this works. So when they tell us things, they know what they're talking about. We should probably listen to them if we want to move in this business as fast as possible. So that's kind of my next plan. So I'm only MMP so far, but my goal by the end of the month is AMB. And to get there, I'm just going to do everything that our coaches have been teaching us. You just have to kind of put yourself out there and not expect people to react negatively, because they're not out to get us like we kind of think they are with this business. Like, if I reach out to people, I'm going to annoy them, they're going to follow me, they're going to get angry, people are going to talk crap about me, which isn't happening. Like, people have lives, they don't care. They're just like, good for you, girl, I'm excited you started this business, maybe later, I don't know. So that's kind of all I have for you guys. That's it. I don't know who's next.
Krista, if you want to go ahead and unmute and go, baby. And then after Sydney, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Hi, thank you, Claire, for sharing that I really about you a lot. I just when I was just about a suicidal, I really just about just one thing I wanted to mention, that 3 years ago abroad, that I literally spent several years committing suicide, and a lot of the universe kept stopping me. So at that point, I questioned myself. Okay, why am I not successful and like actually committing suicide? what can I do to make myself happy? Do I want to be happy? So from there, I doing a track. I had no one. Like my family wanted nothing to do with me. I also had no friends. That was 20 years ago. Recently, up to this point, I don't know. I was just sorry. I'm thinking about back then because it's just like wow, because you are finally capable of being happy. Like you are in full control. Literally, fuck other people. Like wow, letting other people control your thoughts. Like you are here for a reason. So, like, question yourself why you're here. What's your purpose? So from there, I knew I wanted to help people, especially women. I knew that I wanted to do, hey baby, sorry, that's my dog. So recently dropped out of the midwifery program because like I knew that if a baby died or mama died, I will literally be like how did I get into this business? Was that it was funny because my upline is somewhat and my ex-partner's not, so it was like a magnet because I just got closer. This is my calling. And I don't know, like back in July, I wanted to do something for myself, like don't rush. No, like do good. So I spent about 500 something into this. And like I would have 5 days to become MMP. I had 2 best friends and my partner. That's it. Half my family didn't believe in me. Half of the others had, these I only use water. Okay then. So how did I become MMP in freaking 5 days? Somebody now told me that I will the numbers will disappear at the first. And back then I only had 600 PV. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I want to get paid, I want to change labs, what can I do? So here's what I do. I sort of changed the system. Okay. I told my partner and my best friend to become VIPs. I will pay for their products as a gift because it's an investment. I do get that money back. Guaranteed. And then those 2 VIPs became MPs. So they got what they are, 2 VIPs, 2 MPs. You're already MP. If I want to complete the first block, all you're gonna do is get your now 2 VIPs. There you go. Like I said, I had no one. That I found is always listening to uplines. Because like I didn't take any notes. I wasn't listening to my upline. I was really scared. I'm like, oh no, what if people don't like me? Because I didn't want to be that girl. I'm just like, wait a minute. Honey, I want to be that girl. I want to be that girl who turns into a butterfly from a caterpillar. I want to shock people. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, that girl is actually doing things. She's actually selling these products. They're shocked. Like I said, you're in full control. You can absolutely do it. You can be a boss, babe. Those people who didn't believe in you, we all believe in you, Nina. Literally, so like yesterday or 2 days ago, I was driving and I was like, holy crap. People who say no to you, does not mean your opportunities will get smaller, bigger, because those people who say yes will spread the word, and those people who say no will watch you succeed, and then they'll say yes, Nina. So your opportunities actually getting bigger. You also have millions of people out there who can help out. So don't limit yourself. There's so many opportunities out there, like every single day. Oh no, man. If you limit yourself, how are you going to be happy? Step out of the comfort zone. Because if you're in your comfort zone, how will you ever know? How would you know? I knew nothing about hair care, skin care. I knew nothing about social skills. Now, I'm like actually talking to strangers and talking about not caring what other people think of me. I see potential in every one of you. You are this card for a reason. You are here for a reason. So I believe in you. You can do this. If like Anna, Ashley, Peter, or the other people can do it, so can you. Like, look them up, take notes, listen to them, because they want you to succeed. If you're going through something, talk to them, because they want to be here for you. They are up 9 for a reason. Everything is for a reason. And the costumes, I feel like this is something. And the costumes, like I said, I want to see upper one of you become MMP. After that, then you become MMP. The next month, your opportunity expand. Because you already have MMP and VIPs.
Wait, Krista, you got muted. There you go.
Yeah, okay. I too Sydney. I'm so excited to hear Sydney. Cleon, love you.
Geez, now I feel bad I didn't like plan out something because now I have to like follow that. Are you kidding me? That was like a whole ass speech. I have nothing planned. I was just gonna ramble on like I normally do. But that was amazing from both of you guys, from Claire and Krista. But hi guys, I'm Cindy, by the way. I see a lot of unfamiliar faces, so I'm sure I'm an unfamiliar face to you too. But just a little background, I joined under Bella, I think the last day of July. So realistically, like this is just my second month. So last month, August, I did hit MMP. The way how I signed up, Bella and we matched on Bumble. We live like 20 minutes away. She didn't even bring up the business to me, which is a funny thing. Like we went on a Bumble date, like literally just me looking for friends at the time. And still, she mentioned nothing of the business, you guys, like even when we hung out. And I was following her on Instagram and I keep seeing her like post the stuff. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, what? And I literally like slid up on one of her Instagram stories, or I voted on one of her polls or something. And I was like, straight up, like, you have me interested. Like, what do you do? I want to do this too. Because when we did hang out, like, she was the only thing she kept talking about was like, oh yeah, these community, these girls I hang out with, blah, blah, blah. Like, she didn't really mention the business, but she kept mentioning the community. And anyways, saw her post about it on a story for like about a week. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of this. And that's how I signed up. You know, I got on a call with her and Taylor, and straight up, I was like, you know, like Claire was like, I didn't see no scam or anything. I was the opposite. I was like, yeah, so I've heard this, and this. Can you address that to me? And I was very straight up about it, you know, and they explained it amazingly. And like after that, after they explained it, I was like, no, like you got me. You convinced me. Like, I believe you. I 100% trust you. And so then I signed up, but that's not the point of what I'm talking about. So I have probably the biggest thing that people like to stress with me getting MMP is mine was all cold market. I didn't really have, you know, I'm not really close with my family. I don't have a ton of best friends. I didn't have anyone that I literally like could think of that would support me. So I didn't have the hundreds list. I didn't have a hot market, none of that. But you know, the second I started, like Claire said, I had a whole bunch of motivation. I was like messaging people like crazy. I downloaded all the apps, you know, and I kid you not, I didn't get like anywhere the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, me messaging people and reaching out, nothing. Like dead radio silence. I can't tell you how many times I like called Bella or like texted her, like, you need to give me some motivation because I'm gonna quit. Like straight up, I was like, I am not built for this, obviously. Like no one's messaging back, no one's interested. Like I can barely even get anyone on a potential call. But literally that 2 week mark, like the second it hit 2 weeks, I got 2 MPs and like 3 VIPs in one like week span. Like it was crazy. And so like that's one of the biggest points I like to bring up, and anyone beneath me, you have to be consistent. Like I didn't believe it until it hit me. Like people I've been messaging for 2-3 weeks, they finally like out of nowhere shocked me. They were like, by the way, I want to sign up. Like, can we do it tomorrow? Can we do it right now? Like they came to me and I was like, huh? I was just so surprising, but consistency is key. I know that your upline tells you that, and it's true. Be consistent with your messages. Use breakup messages, use ghosting messages, all those templates that they give you. You know how many times I send that to person? I will send that to someone like once a week. Even if they're ignoring me or ghosting me, I will keep sending that message until they block me or they respond. Like that's honestly like that. I message people until they block me. And that's how I got to MMP, obviously. And I'm sure that's how it's going to even get me higher and become a leader and director and everywhere in this business. But that's my biggest thing. And yeah, like Bella says, she taught me to unsend and resend numerous of times. If they don't want to open my message, cool. I'm going to copy it, unsend it, and then resend it. Another thing is setting goals for yourself. Obviously, like, and you need to set real goals that you hardcore believe in. You can set a goal and then be like, yeah, I'm never going to do that. That's like an unrealistic goal. No, you have to force yourself to believe in this, even if you're faking it, like force yourself to believe and like do the things you need to get there. You have to see where you want to be, if that makes sense. Like as cheesy as it is, that's going to help you. That's going to give you the motivation that you need to be doing all these things and networking and everything. Oh yeah, another thing, going back to the consistency thing. So my VIPs, that's something that I still struggle with, honestly. I feel like I'm better at getting market partners, which is kind of funny to say because most people it's like opposite. But I was very consistent, like post on Instagram, post on your story, post your personal transformation, post other people's transformation, because every single VIP that I've had signed up, they came to me because they were like, oh, I saw you post this. Like, I honestly want that too. And so like that's another thing about being consistent. Be consistent about your personal progress. And even if you don't have any yourself yet, like use other people's, because I know you have a ton of people in your team or your upline. Everyone's posting and reposting each other's stuff. But that's really big on VIPs and how they're gonna trust you to change their skin, to change their hair. But that's tying up with consistency. And then the last thing that really, really, really helps is be involved with your team. Whether that be showing up to calls, like you all are here, obviously good, you're being involved, but like be involved in group chats, create connections with your upline, your downline, even people, other people who are signed up with your upline, your team, even if you're mixing with people who aren't from your team, mix and mingle with people in this group, because like, honestly, that's where I get all my inspiration and motivation to do stuff, is seeing these women, like the way they talk to me, the way they build me up, seeing them succeed. Like that's so inspiring, and it's going to help you, places where you lack, these people are going to have, they're going to know, like, for instance, if I lack in VIPs, I know so many people who are good in VIPs. So they're constantly helping me with these messages and everything. And, you're not going to get anywhere like you don't try. And I've seen people recently, this was like the other day, where this was going around on everyone from here is like there's Instagram story about you can go alone or you can go even farther with a team or group or whatever that quote was. I saw everyone share, but that is so true, because these people are like, why go alone when you can literally have like hundreds of people hold your hand and go with you? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. But that wraps it up for me, my little spiel.
Amazing. Oh my God, you all three killed it. I can't believe we haven't done this sooner, and it's definitely going to be something that we're going to be pulling our top dogs every single week, probably twice a week. But I wanted to open it up for questions. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. Any three of them can answer. But if you guys don't have any questions, if you got all the value you needed, drop an 888 in the chat.
I forgot to add, feel free to ask other people who working with us, hey, I love the content, how are you doing this? So feel free to contact the city. I know nothing until now, but city posting beautiful content, how do you do it? Do not be afraid to reach out. So I just wanted to add that part.
Yes. No, absolutely. You guys
Talk to people. Yeah.
You guys, this was amazing. So we have a couple of questions. What is your favorite platform that you use? Meaning social media platform.
So Cold Market specifically, because I see some on Cold Market. So I was blocked, like permanently banned on Tinder and Bumble the first week of me joining. So that hasn't been the most beneficial for me. So I've just been doing, Instagram and Messenger. That's been my biggest thing. And tips for reaching out to them, it's like you really want to be straight up, but not straight up at the same time when you reach out to them. Like be very like general, compliment them, be like, hey, and then somehow relate to what they're responding, and like that's be your transition. Like, oh my God, yeah, blah 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 blah. But like I do this, I always try to relate it back to the video. Like all my responses are a little bit different to depending on what they say, but I always transition, whatever I say to like, by the way, I do this. I actually have a video. Like, are you interested? And I swear to you, everyone's usually going to say yes. Like just doing that on Facebook and Instagram, I send probably about like 20 videos a day out.
Dang, that's good. I'm going to see this other question said, what is the best way to begin cold marketing or social media?
Yeah, as the VIPs in the film members, your friends that say, hey, is it okay if I could talk to your family friends about my business? Just like also like the Facebook of the film, where's Tinder, that would be about. Do not give a fuck. Contact everybody. Contact the be like the position the whole time, or oh no, I have history with this person. Contact everybody, ask them, can I talk to your people, hear your conversations about this business in public, restaurants, parks, oh no, mom groups, like anywhere. So like I was mentioning the business to people, post contact everything. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And Morgan, yeah, it is going to be October 1st. And honestly, just talking to them like right now about everything, just as you normally would, but just having to wait. But does anyone else have any other questions?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Is the full Monet line being released on October 1st in Australia, like skincare, hair care, and wellness, or is it one that's leading to all three, or?
That's actually a really good question. I know for sure the hair care and skincare, because for example, like sometimes like in Canada, we just released the collagen in Canada. So yeah, I know for sure it's going to be our skincare and our hair care, but I'm sure it's going to kind of trickle down into releasing slowly and gradually with our wellness, and can't wait for our body line for it to be official. But do you guys have any other questions? I just want to make sure that you guys had the chance and opportunity to ask everything that you guys needed. Thank you guys so much. Like, wow.